My name is Rudy, owner of After Dark Creations based out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Been doing this since I was about 21 years old. We do fabrication, welding, suspension design. We do CAD work, CNC machining, water jetting, and plasma cutting. There's nothing that we can't build out of metal. Between the two of us, we've got combined 45 years experience. Started fabricating when I was about 21 years old, if you would call it that. I had a mini truck I wanted to build. So I bagged it, cut it all up, got it to lay. Applied to a local shop for a TIG welding position. They asked if I knew how to TIG weld. I lied through my teeth and said yes I did. They hired me. 3 weeks in, he was ready to let me go because I didn't know what I was doing. And then 5 years later, I was still working for the company. Quit my job 3 years ago to do this full time. I believed in myself, and I had a very close friend of mine believe in me, and he gives me guidance and help along the way. Figured I'd start this YouTube channel to help some of you along your way. A lot of time and money wasted on experimenting and trying things different ways to finally hone them down to knowing exactly what you need to do. We're going to do tutorials on welding, equipment. We'll touch on brazing. We'll touch on different alloys, titanium, Inconel, brass, copper. You know, if there's things you guys want to see, leave comments down below. Let me know, and we'll touch on those. So the definition of welding is to join together metal pieces or parts by heating the surface to the point of melting using a blowtorch, electric arc, or other means, and unitizing them by pressing, hammering, etc. So basically what that's saying is you're going to take two pieces of metal, turn them to their liquid point, add filler, and they'll be stuck together forever. We're going to cover here probably 4 types of welding for you guys. We're going to do TIG welding, which is tungsten inert gas. You use a TIG torch like this, foot pedal, and then you're going to add filler material. That's the most refined. That's good for stainless, Inconel, titanium. I do a lot of my brass, copper, aluminum, all with this process. Next process we'll cover will be MIG welding. That's a very easy form of welding to learn. It's just a simple machine with a stinger. Other one we'll cover brazing, and that's using a gas torch and a brazing rod. We do a lot of that on cast iron and certain types of repairs where welding is not an option. And then the last process we'll cover will be stick welding, which is based off of the TIG machine. You switch out the torch for an electrode, use a rod, and burn the rod in. So today I just wanted to talk about top 10 tools I would buy if you're starting your own shop and you're kind of on a budget. Number 1 tool you're going to want is a tape measure. I like the little 12-footer. Everybody gives me shit, says their grandma uses this when they're gardening, but this is what I prefer to keep on my hip for ease. Number 2 would be a square. I prefer using one like this. This one's good for 18 inches. Makes layout extremely easy. Number 3 would be a soapstone. A lot of guys use Sharpie. I like using soapstone. It'll stay. You can weld right next to it and it'll still be there. Number 4 would be a welding hood. I prefer a generic $35 hood with a $15 gold lens. Don't spend all that big money on those big fancy hoods. Grinder and a cutoff wheel. I always buy a 2-pack. That way I don't have to switch back and forth between the two. If budget's tight, just buy one. Takes a couple seconds to switch back and forth. You want to buy a good set of gloves. I like leather. They don't burn up. They protect your fingers, especially so you don't get pinched and caught in between things while you're working on them. Number 7 would be a set of safety glasses. Want to protect those eyeballs, sparks, burrs, anything. It's no fun. Get your eyeball drilled out. Number 8 would be a saw. We use a cold cut here. If budget's tight, you can use just a generic chop saw. You won't get as good of a cut. You'll have a little bit more prep, but you got to do what you got to do. Number 9 would be a drill press. We have 2 styles here. We have a tabletop, and then we have a floor. We use the tabletop 99% of the time, so I would probably guide you that way first. And then last and most important would be a welder. We run Miller here at the shop, everything. I'm not going to sit here and be a brand ambassador. That's what I prefer. I have a Dynasty 200 for my TIG. I have a Miller-Matic 210, and then we have a Miller Spectrum 375 plasma cutter. Thanks again for watching my video. Hit the like, subscribe button, Check us out on all platforms, ADK_702. If you've got questions, you want to learn something, you need help with anything, we're here. Just leave comments down below and I'll get back to them. Appreciate it.